U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, representing Texas's 30th congressional district since 2023, has emerged as a dynamic and outspoken figure in American politics. Known for her fiery rhetoric, incisive critiques, and unapologetic advocacy for marginalized communities, Crockett has leveraged her platform on the House floor to deliver speeches that resonate widely, both within Congress and across social media. Her addresses are characterized by sharp wit, legal precision, and a commitment to addressing systemic issues, particularly those affecting Black communities, civil rights, and economic justice. One of her most notable speeches, delivered on May 5, 2025, critiqued the first 100 days of President Donald Trump's second term, encapsulating her ability to blend rhetorical flourish with substantive policy critiques. This analysis compiles and examines Crockett's most impactful House floor speeches, with a particular focus on her critique of Trump's first 100 days, exploring their content, context, rhetorical strategies, and broader implications. The analysis also situates her work within her broader political career and the socio-political landscape of 2025. Introduction: Jasmine Crockett's rise as a congressional voice. Jasmine Felicia Crockett, born March 29, 1981, in St. Louis, Missouri, is a lawyer, former public defender, and member of the Democratic Party who has quickly risen to prominence in Congress. Before her election to the U.S. House of Representatives, Crockett served in the Texas House of Representatives, 2021 to 2023, and worked as a public defender in Bowie County, Texas. Her background in law and advocacy for criminal justice reform informs her legislative priorities, which include protecting civil rights, advancing economic equity, and holding powerful figures accountable. As a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus and a co-chair of the 2024 Harris-Walz presidential campaign, Crockett has positioned herself as a bold voice against Republican policies, particularly those of the Trump administration. Her House floor addresses, marked by alliteration, emotional resonance, and direct confrontation, have garnered significant attention, with some going viral on platforms like X and YouTube. Crockett's speeches are not merely rhetorical exercises. They reflect her commitment to representing her constituents in Texas's 30th district, a predominantly Democratic and diverse area encompassing parts of Dallas. Her critiques often focus on systemic inequities, drawing from her experiences as a Black woman and her legal expertise to challenge policies she views as detrimental to vulnerable communities. This analysis will delve into her most impactful House floor speeches, with a deep dive into her May 5, 2025, address critiquing Trump's first 100 days, analyzing its content, delivery, and reception. The political landscape of 2025 and Trump's second term. To understand the significance of Crockett's House floor addresses, particularly her critique of Trump's first 100 days, it's essential to situate them within the political context of 2025. Donald Trump's second term, beginning January 20, 2025, was marked by a flurry of executive actions, controversial appointments, and policy shifts that sparked intense debate. Executive orders on DEI and trans rights. Trump signed orders dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives across federal agencies and recognizing only two sexes, male and female, impacting transgender rights. These moves were seen as targeting marginalized groups, particularly Black and LGBTQ+ communities. Economic policies and tariffs. Trump's tariff proposals caused market volatility, raising concerns about economic stability and inflation. Critics, including Crockett, argued these policies disproportionately harmed working-class Americans. Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE, led initially by Elon Musk, DOGE aimed to streamline federal operations but faced accusations of serving corporate interests, particularly Musk's. Immigration and social policies. Aggressive deportation policies and cuts to social programs, such as fair housing rules, drew criticism for undermining civil rights and economic security. This backdrop fueled Crockett's May 5, 2025, House floor speech, delivered alongside colleagues from the Congressional Black Caucus. The speech was part of a coordinated effort to highlight the Trump administration's impact on Black communities, civil rights, education, housing, and public safety. It also responded to broader Democratic concerns about Trump's mental fitness, leadership style, and policy priorities, which Crockett and others deemed chaotic and destructive. Compilation of Jasmine Crockett's most impactful House floor speeches. Crockett's House floor addresses are notable for their clarity, passion, and strategic use of rhetorical devices. Below is a compilation of her most impactful speeches, based on their content, public reception, and influence, with a focus on her May 5, 2025, critique of Trump's first 100 days. May 5, 2025, critique of Trump's first 100 delivered on the House floor as part of a Congressional Black Caucus-led response to Trump's second term. This speech targeted the administration's actions within its first 100 days. It was widely shared on X, with the Call to Activism account, 1.1 million followers, praising it as destroying Trump. Content: Crockett's speech was a scathing indictment of Trump's policies, focusing on their impact on black communities and broader civil rights. Key points included: attack on black futures. Crockett argued that Trump's administration was hell-bent on dismantling the very systems designed to protect the most vulnerable amongst us, citing cuts to fair housing rules, educational funding, and public safety measures. She emphasized that these actions were not accidental but part of a deliberate agenda outlined in Trump's campaign promises, constitutional oath. She criticized Trump for failing to uphold his oath to protect and defend the Constitution, stating, instead of the president cosplaying as the next pope, he may want to try to cosplay as an actual president of these United States. This line, blending humor and critique, went viral for its sharp delivery. Call to action. Crockett and her Black Caucus colleagues vowed to resist, organize, and keep speaking truth, framing their opposition as a defense of black prosperity and freedom. She highlighted the pain endured by communities due to Trump's policies, urging sustained activism, rhetorical strategies, alliteration and repetition. Crockett's use of phrases like diabolical, disastrous, deplorable, detrimental, dumb decisions, shared in a May 1, 2025, X post, created a memorable rhythm that amplified her critique. Direct confrontation. By addressing Trump's actions head-on, Crockett positioned herself as a fearless critic, unafraid to challenge the most powerful figure in the country. Community focus. Her emphasis on black children's right to safe learning environments and fair housing rules resonated with her constituents and progressive audiences. Reception. The speech was lauded on X, with posts describing it as scorched earth and amazing. The Call to Activism post garnered significant engagement, reflecting its viral impact. Mainstream media outlets like Indy 100 and Black Enterprise covered the speech, amplifying its reach. 3.2. Other notable House floor addresses. While the May 5 speech is the focal point, Crockett's other House floor addresses provide context for her rhetorical style and policy priorities. January 14, 2025, Civil Rights Subcommittee Amendment. During a House Oversight Committee meeting, Crockett introduced an amendment to reinstate the Oversight Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, which had been disbanded. Her speech sparked a heated exchange with Representative Nancy Mace, RSC, who objected to being called child. Crockett's assertive response: I am a grown woman. I am 47 years old. I have broken more glass ceilings than you ever have, underscored her refusal to be diminished. The speech highlighted her commitment to civil rights oversight, a recurring theme in her work. September 19, 2024, critique of Project 2025. In a House Oversight Committee hearing, Crockett targeted Project 2025, a conservative policy blueprint associated with Trump's agenda. She called Trump simple-minded and underqualified, arguing that the plan undermined democratic principles. This speech showcased her ability to connect policy critiques to broader narratives about leadership fitness. March 5, 2025. Walkout during Trump's joint address. While not a formal speech, Crockett's decision to walk out during Trump's joint address to Congress, alongside other Democrats, was a symbolic act of protest. She went live on Instagram, stating, "He's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bulls, let me just be real, and we weren't just going to sit for that." Her raw, unfiltered language resonated with younger audiences and reinforced her reputation for authenticity. Common themes across speeches. Crockett's House floor addresses share several recurring themes. Defense of marginalized communities. Whether addressing Black futures, trans rights, or economic equity, Crockett centers the needs of vulnerable groups. Critique of Trump and Republican policies. She consistently challenges Trump's leadership, mental fitness, and policy decisions, framing them as harmful and divisive. Rhetorical flair. Her use of alliteration, metaphors, and viral moments, e.g., Trump or trans, game, makes her speeches memorable and shareable. Call to resistance. Crockett frequently urges collective action, aligning with progressive movements to organize and resist. Deep dive. Analysis of the May 5, 2025, speech critiquing Trump's first 100 days. Content and structure. The May 5, 2025, speech is a masterclass in combining policy substance with rhetorical impact. Delivered as part of a Congressional Black Caucus effort, it was structured to achieve three goals: expose the Trump administration's harmful policies, rally opposition, and inspire activism. The speech can be broken into key sections. Introduction. Setting the tone. Crockett opened by framing the first 100 days as a deliberate attack on Black communities, stating, "In just 100 days, we've witnessed an administration hellbent on dismantling the very systems designed to protect." This set a grave tone, signaling the urgency of her message. Policy critique. She detailed specific policy failures, including education, cuts to funding that threaten safe learning environments for Black children. Housing. The Department of Housing and Urban Development's, HUD, decision to eliminate fair housing rules, which Crockett argued perpetuated discrimination. Public safety. Policies that undermined community safety, though specifics were not detailed in available sources. Constitutional neglect. Crockett accused Trump of ignoring his constitutional oath, a serious charge that resonated with her legal background. Rhetorical flourish. The cosplay line was a standout, using humor to underscore Trump's perceived lack of seriousness. She also employed alliteration, calling Trump's decisions diabolical, disastrous, deplorable, detrimental, dumb, which was later shared widely on X. Call to action. Crockett concluded by pledging resistance, stating, "We will resist. We will organize. We will keep speaking truth." This rallied her audience, both in Congress and online, to continue opposing Trump's agenda. Rhetorical strategies. Crockett's rhetorical approach in this speech was multifaceted: alliteration and memorable phrasing. The repeated D sounds in her critique of Trump's decisions created a rhythmic cadence that made the speech quotable and shareable. This technique, seen in earlier speeches, e.g., Bleach Blonde, Bad Built, Butch Body, in 2024, is a hallmark of her style. Emotional appeal. By focusing on the pain endured by communities, Crockett connected emotionally with her audience, particularly Black constituents and progressive allies. Humor and satire. The cosplay metaphor was both humorous and biting, framing Trump as performative rather than substantive. This resonated with younger audiences accustomed to social media-driven discourse. Moral authority. As a Black woman and former public defender, Crockett spoke from a place of lived experience and professional expertise, lending credibility to her critiques. Policy implications. The speech highlighted several policy areas where Crockett believes the Trump administration failed civil rights. The dismantling of DEI initiatives and fair housing rules was seen as a direct attack on protections for Black and minority communities. Economic justice. Crockett's critique of economic policies, such as tariffs, aligned with broader democratic concerns about inflation and market instability. Constitutional integrity. Her emphasis on Trump's failure to uphold his oath underscored concerns about democratic erosion, a theme she revisited in other speeches. Reception and impact. The speech's impact was amplified by its viral spread on X and coverage in outlets like Indy 100, Black Enterprise, and BuzzFeed. The call to activism post, which described Crockett as destroying Trump, received significant engagement, reflecting her ability to capture public attention. Progressive audiences praised her for her boldness, while conservative critics, such as Sen. Mike Lee, accused her of divisiveness, particularly in reference to other controversial remarks, e.g., calling Texas Governor Greg Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels. The speech also positioned Crockett as a leading contender for the ranking member position on the House Oversight Committee, a role that would amplify her influence in investigating Trump's agenda. Her ability to turn policy critiques into viral moments has made her a key figure in the Democratic Party's opposition strategy. Crockett's style versus other congressional orators. To fully appreciate Crockett's impact, it's useful to compare her rhetorical style to other notable congressional speakers. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat, New York. Like Crockett, AOC is known for viral moments and progressive advocacy. However, Crockett's legal background and focus on Black-specific issues distinguish her, while AOC often emphasizes broader economic populism. Representative Maxine Waters, Democrat, California. Waters, a veteran of the Congressional Black Caucus, shares Crockett's confrontational style but uses less humor and more direct indignation. Crockett's alliteration and pop culture references appeal to younger audiences. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican, Georgia. Crockett's frequent sparring partner, Greene employs provocative rhetoric but lacks the policy depth and legal grounding that Crockett brings. Their May 16, 2024, exchange, where Crockett responded to Greene's personal attack with a viral alliterative retort, highlights this contrast. Crockett's unique blend of legal expertise, cultural fluency, and unapologetic advocacy sets her apart, making her speeches both substantive and accessible. Broader implications: Crockett's role in shaping Democratic opposition. Crockett's House floor addresses, particularly her May 5, 2025, speech, have broader implications for the Democratic Party and American politics. Amplifying Black voices. By centering Black communities in her critiques, Crockett reinforces the importance of representation in Congress. Her work with the Congressional Black Caucus strengthens this focus. Viral advocacy. Her ability to craft shareable moments, e.g., Trump or trans, game, cosplay, line, bridges traditional oratory with modern digital activism, reaching younger and more diverse audiences. Challenging Trump's narrative. Crockett's repeated calls to question Trump's mental fitness and leadership qualifications contribute to a broader Democratic strategy to undermine his authority. Oversight leadership. Her bid for the ranking member position on the House Oversight Committee signals her intent to lead investigations into Trump's policies, potentially shaping the Democratic agenda in the 119th Congress. Critiques and controversies. While Crockett's speeches have been widely praised by progressives, they have also sparked controversy, divisiveness. Conservative critics, including Senator Mike Lee and Representative Nancy Mace, have accused Crockett of inciting division or violence, citing remarks like her "use a chair" comment at Tougaloo College or her "Governor Hot Wheels" jab at Greg Abbott. Personal attacks. Her confrontational style, while effective for rallying supporters, has drawn criticism for being overly personal, as seen in her exchange with Mace and her comments about Elon Musk. Risk of polarization. Some argue that Crockett's rhetoric, while powerful, risks alienating moderate voters, though her supporters see this as a necessary stand against extremism. Despite these critiques, Crockett's defenders argue that her boldness is a response to the urgency of the moment, particularly in the face of policies she views as harmful to her constituents. Conclusion. Jasmine Crockett's lasting impact. Jasmine Crockett's House floor addresses, exemplified by her May 5, 2025, critique of Trump's first 100 days, demonstrate her emergence as a leading voice in the Democratic Party. Her ability to combine legal acumen, rhetorical flair, and unapologetic advocacy has made her a formidable critic of the Trump administration and a champion for marginalized communities. The May 5 speech, with its focus on Black futures, constitutional integrity, and collective resistance, encapsulates her broader mission to speak truth to power. As Crockett continues to rise in prominence, potentially taking on leadership roles like the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, her speeches will likely shape the Democratic opposition to Trump's agenda. Her viral moments, from the cosplay line to the Trump or trans game, reflect a new era of political communication, where policy substance meets digital savvy. While controversies surround her confrontational style, they also underscore her refusal to be silenced, making her a pivotal figure in the fight for justice and equity in 2025 and beyond.